TravelingMel.com.
Hey, we are taking you on the San Juan River today. 8 days floating from Sand Island to Clay Hills at the start of Lake Powell. And we did this in 2019, but we only went partway to Mexican Hat. So this time we're going even further, which I'm super excited about because last time I remember thinking that I really wish we were going farther. So we're going with the same family we went with last time, the Earls, but this time it's just Anders and I. And then a couple other, well, 4 other people, a random assortment of river rats that you will meet along the way. And we're just doing the very long process of getting the boats ready. The first day is always kind of a mess. We're ready to float down the river. Here we go, off on a grand adventure. Stopped at Butler Wash, and there's this huge panel of petroglyphs, pictographs, and it's pretty impressive. There's some graffiti too, but definitely a place you gotta stop when you're floating down the river. Good morning. We had a lovely night here at Chinley Camp, and it was windy, but it died down, so it's quiet overnight, and the wind's picking up again, and it's a light sprinkle, but all good. Today is Easter, so we're doing a little Easter egg hunt. We hid a bunch of eggs with candies, and even though there are 10 of us, and 3 are kids, they're teenagers, the rest of us are adults, but we're doing an egg hunt because it's fun, and why not, and there's chocolate. How's everyone enjoying this rain? Sarah? Foot Rapids. Hold for that. Oh, Anders. To our second campsite. I believe this campsite is called Mexican Hat, and that is the Mexican hat back there. Why is it not called sombrero? I don't know, but there we are. So they're setting up a kitchen down there and getting dinner ready. We had a long day. It was 14 miles, but it was rainy and windy, and then windy and rainy, but we're here now, and now it's sprinkling, but it's just barely windy. And then tomorrow it's supposed to be mostly sunny. We'll see. It sure is beautiful though. So I'm going for a little walk up on the ridge before dinner, maybe catch the sunset, and kind of just enjoy being out here. All right, here's our camp from above. So there's the kitchen, Mexican Hat, another tent. It's day 3. It's not raining and it's not windy. We stopped at Mexican Hat, which is a launch, and this is where we took out on our first trip, but we're gonna keep going. And we stopped here. We stopped here at Mexican Hat to dump garbage and use the vault toilet so that our boat's a little bit lighter. Some rapids. fun spot to get off the boats. Some of us staying on the boats, and walk over the top of this little ledge. When we'll meet them on the other side. The river does such severe goosenecks here that they'll be going about a mile or a mile and a half in the boats, and we'll be walking like a quarter of a mile or something up over this. So fun little excursion outside the boat. There's a little cabin up here called the Mendenhall Cabin. I don't know anything about it, but quite a place to have a cabin. Here's the other side. Okay, here's our pickup. Here's our ride, hopefully. Somebody stops. Good morning from our night 3, day 4 campsite. I'm not really sure what it's called. It's back over there though. Anyway, we're here. This is a great campsite. It's big, lots of spots for tents. We have a lot of tents in our group. And back behind me here, up on this ridge, you probably can't see it, but there are RVs up there. That's Goosenecks State Park. I think it's a state park. And we've been there before. You can look down and see all these goosenecks that we're now visiting on the boat, which is really cool. Anders and I were on cook duty last night and this morning. So we just spent our time here at this campsite, mostly doing meals. But it's great because now there are a lot of meals that we don't have to cook, which is delightful. So we're packing up, we're taking a slow morning and we're packing up. We just did a bunch of dishes and getting ready for another day on the boat. We made it to Honaker Camp today, and there's this great trail that goes up to the top of the ridge above where we're camping, built by miners who basically got no gold out of here, we learned, but should be a good view from the top. And there's our campsite, and happy to be walking around. There are a few class 3 rapids on these sections that we are stopping to scout ahead of time. Some of them are just read and run, but a few of them we want to look at, especially because we have a canoe with us and they really need to know what they're getting into. Day 5 campsite is at John's Canyon, and there is a natural pool down here at the end of our campsite, and looks a little murky, but fun. If it was hot, I would definitely get in. I learned that the pool that I was looking at was not the pool, so we're going up there. You can see Anders and Justin. Oh, and then you gotta climb down. Oh boy, this is gonna be exciting. But we're heading up there now to see the actual pool. How's the temperature, Justin? Anders and Sarah got in the pool.
It's good.
on day 6, team heavy, getting stuck, having fun, and getting a later start, but we're on the road. We're on the river, down the river.
Team fighting.
This government rapid behind me is really rocky. Right now we're floating it at, I think, 737 was when we put in, which is really low. So Tracy made it through. Doug's boat got stuck because it's heavy and big. And Jim and Devin are up there. They're stuck. So we've been throwing ropes out to them and pulling them off. And we still have, this will be our 3rd raft, but then we still have a canoe and an inflatable kayak, which may be able to actually run it better, but if it doesn't go well, it's like worse for sure. So the big rapid, the big excitement of the trip. We are camping at Slickhorn B tonight. It's hot for the first time since we've gotten on the river. It's like really hot. So I guess there's a swimming hole up here. We had that cool pool last night, but it just was not warm enough for me to get in. But I'm boiling, so go check out that swimming hole. And then Sarah and I are making dinner tonight. There are a lot of fun things about a float trip like this. You know, like hanging with friends and good food and just so much about it I love. But I think the best part is just like finding yourself in places like this that you really can't get to without either a really, really long walk and a climb down into a canyon, or spending 6 days on a boat and then walking up here, and no one's up here except for us, and it's really beautiful. It's really special to get to have this time, and like such a privilege just to be able to take 8 days outside camping with cool people that you love, and being in places like this, like the wilderness that we have in the US. We're so privileged. We're so lucky to have this. Just feel super grateful to get to be here. Day 7 on the river. I'm in a boat with a bunch of smart Alex, and looks like we have about 3 miles of river channel, and then we're basically in Lake Powell. It's windy as heck, and only getting windier, dusty, and you have to ask yourself, is this a good time? I don't know. But we're doing it. I'm expecting to hit a bunch of sandbars and be pushing once we get to the Lake Powell section. So just enjoying this last bit of dust-soaked sky. We're having fun! Sarah and I are walking up this wash behind our campsite after a long day of dragging the boat through the sandbars. And look how beautiful beautiful it is. You really can't appreciate it unless you're here. So it's kind of rude of me to say that, but I guess I like river trips again. Good morning. It's our last day on the river. We all got up at 6, trying to get out of here early and avoid the wind, but the breeze just started, so I think that we're gonna be in the wind. Yesterday was kind of brutal. It was sandy. Yeah, it was sandy. Sandbars pushing the boats probably a quarter of the time, especially this boat that I'm on. It's heavy. It's really heavy. So we'll be in the water a lot. It's supposed to be similar to yesterday, windy and 15 degrees colder. So we're all ready to just get off the river, but it's really beautiful. I'll say that we're in Lake Powell now, so we're not even paddling on the river anymore. We're just paddling on this lake, this reservoir. Blue skies ahead. That's a wrap on our San Juan River float from Sand Island to Clay Hills, which is where we are now. And I don't know if I mentioned, we had our cars shuttled here, paid for service, so they are here. We're just loading up all these boats and figuring out deflating some and packing up and to get them all back to Montana. And then we're all gonna kind of go separate ways here and do different things for a few days before meeting back up at home. Thanks for watching, and I will have all the sort of pertinent details for planning your own trip on the blog.